Paltrocast.
Derrick, aside from doing press, how is your day going so far?
My day today is kind of a little all over the place because today is my dad's death day and today is my son's birthday, his first birthday. But it's a good feeling, you know, having my son, come to life on a day that was the worst day of my life. So that helped me out of life, a lot. Now I got my young king, so it's a blessing.
The circle of life, I guess we can call that, where good comes out of the bad, bad comes out of the good, you know?
Yeah.
So tell me what you're working on now, because you get a lot done. And I have a feeling that if I know 4 of your projects, there's probably 8 projects going on because you're looking at other new prospects and projects.
So right now, I actually just posted on Instagram my Lawrenceville, Georgia location. Gwinnett County is coming this month. I'm excited about that because I'm actually watching, my journey, unfold right in front of me right now. All the hard work I've been putting in, so I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
I'm also working on a book right now. I'm going to push a little bit more in the up and coming months, but this book is going to change the perspective of people, who may have gave up on their life because they had obstacles in their way, and then they jump back on their journey, their true passion, and what they were supposed to be. I feel like that's a lot of my journey. It's not quitting and just keep fighting. And I want people to understand that if they keep fighting, they'll get above any obstacle that runs in front of them. And the next thing I'm excited about, I had a partner up with a Goat by James Point King. Is a clothing line. There's a real special thing going on with Quentin, but he's a designer. If I had to describe his clothing line, I would say that it's a casual sports urban.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to a meeting, you can go play golf, you can go to a party. He just has a real special thing going on. And I look at myself that I love fashion. Even though I'm in the food industry, but I love fashion. That's something that I wanted to jump into, and it's been fun so far. And I'm just opening to more locations. We got Charlotte coming, top of the year. Can't wait for that. First big days out of state location. It's gonna be a special thing because they seen a kid come out of a gas station and now seeing his story unfold in front of the whole world, and it's amazing.
You said all that, and you didn't even talk about the Pinky Cole Foundation, the Derrick Hayes Foundation.
I ain't even get there yet. The other thing that I'm working on right now that I'm proud about is my seasoning. I have an allspice seasoning. It's an all-purpose. It ain't just for cheesesteaks. It can go on chicken. It can go on beef. It can go on vegetables. And I think that's going to be launching soon, which is really special. But right now, you can get it in all the Big Dave's locations. You can get it online at bigdavesway.com. So if you want to, make your own dish, I feel like my special love and the spices that I created, is going to help you out in the kitchen. Now back into my personal life, my love life. I just got married to my best friend, my partner, Pinky Cole Hayes now. Another serial entrepreneur.
I've had the pleasure of interviewing as well. Yeah. So it's great when you speak to the husband and the wife.
Yeah, she's special. A lot of things that she do inspire me, even though it's willpower to keep on going. But when you got something next to you, that's the same way. It's like iron sharpen iron, and how can you lose that way? But with our foundations, Pinky and I both, we was able to partner up with Prudential and give out life insurance to provide 25,000 Black men life insurance that made under $30,000 in less than income a household. And I thought that was special because where we come from, we seen fish fries, GoFundMe's. It's sad when people are trying to bury their loved ones and they don't have the financial resources or the resources to put their loved ones in the ground, and it becomes it's sad to say, a burden. When a person loses their loved one, they don't. The least they want to worry about is how they're going to bury them. And you take 2 entrepreneurs who care about the community that hooked up, and we covered this thing as much as we can. We plan on going state to state with it over time, but right now we're doing the Atlanta surrounding areas, and we showing people that, if you come together as one, you can take control as a whole.
Now, I have an ignorant question for you. I'm a Northeastern person. I have family in Georgia in the Atlanta area. But when people talk about cheesesteaks over here, they're talking about the Philadelphia style cheesesteak. How does the Philly cheesesteak compare to one of your Atlanta style cheesesteaks?
Well, I got the best cheesesteak in the country right now, and that's just
Okay.
not me saying it. It's up for no debate. I've took cheesesteaks further than anybody has ever took the cheesesteak outside of the tri-state. I have Amarosa bread, which we use in Philadelphia, so I have a real Philly cheesesteak. So it's not an out-of-state cheesesteak. Just because it's made in Atlanta, we use the same ingredients as if you was in Philly right now. It would be like you was getting a cheesesteak outside the city. Now, what's different with my cheesesteak and every other cheesesteak is that seasoning I just was telling you about. The Big Dave spice that was put together through a lot of love, a lot of care. And my grandfather, he was the main recipe to a lot of my success because he taught me how to cook. And I feel like it's not too many people in the world had the skills that he had, and I learned from him.
Wow. Well, going back to what you were talking about before about community outreach, you've been on the Forbes 1000, you've been awarded high stuff from Black Enterprise, et cetera. Now, how much of this is organic versus how much of this was you working towards it?
I would say a lot of it was both because I see I'm different from a lot of entrepreneurs. Like, not to put my own self on my own pedestal, but I literally drop everything I got in a bank account. I literally drop everything I got to make my dream work. I don't care what it is because I believe in myself that much. And I think when it comes to a lot of things with a lot of people, they get to a certain point of the goal of the dream and it gets scary. I think when I was able to do what I was doing with Big Dave's, it was like it was a must because I promised my father before he died that I was going to make it. I was going to not get in no trouble no more. I was going to change the trajectory of my family. I was going to be the one who broke all the generational curses. Now that I'm in this position now, it feels good, but it's also a lot of pressure. But I was built off of pressure. My whole life, I've always been the underdog. I felt like I always had to prove myself, who I am. But I'm fine with that now because the world is embracing what I had put together, and it's called Big Dave Cheesesteaks. And I was able to take something, having no business experience, no resources, just a little financial gain. And I was able to take something and put my all in it and made it massive that the tri-state, the world, anybody has never done. I mean, you got other companies that's franchises that, sell cheesesteaks, or they may be a Philly type of cheesesteak brand, but they're not putting out authentic cheesesteaks. I right now have one of the most authentic cheesesteaks ever put together outside of the tri-state ever in history of the sandwich. And it's a blessing for me to be able to speak that because early on in the early days of me building a brand, a lot of people, thought that it wouldn't work because I started in a little gas station that was 35, 40 minutes outside the city. I was too far from everything. But one thing for certain, when you got a product and you got something good and you handle yourself like you're supposed to, people will support you because they want it. It's needed. Food is love. And that's how I really got to where I'm at with this brand.
Wow. Well, to recap what I've learned, you're growing Big Dave's where you're, doing a quality kind of growth thing where you're putting it in markets where it matters. And you're not just franchising to anybody, you're just very careful about those moves. There's the clothing line, the GOAT by James King, there's a charitable foundation, there's all of Pinky stuff, etc. Now, when you have a couple of hours of downtime, what do you do with yourself besides sleep and eat?
Well, to be honest, my downtime now is spent much as I can with my family. Um, and I wouldn't even call it downtime because we got this thing that me and Pinky got right now where the volume just turned up. I mean, like, that's the blessing of playing with another entrepreneur too. You don't wear the other person out. Like you're always working or you're always talking about business or it gets boring. Even on when I'm with kids, yeah. I was just in the car with my kids last week and I was teaching them about debit cards and credit cards, my two oldest daughters, Denver and Dallas, because I feel like right now, when you're at the age of like 7, 8, 9, and 10 years old, you need to be now gearing up to learn these things. So what I'm going to start doing, and I just was making this joke, is giving my kids a prepaid debit card. And when they get declined, they have no money, and so they won't like the way that feels. So as an adult, they would never like that declined feeling. And I think these are the ways that we show our kids ways to uphold the lifestyle. I tell people all the time, it's okay to say that you're going to break all the generational curses, but if your kids don't know the real financial literacy to be financial literate, I can give my kids a boatload of cash when I'm dead and gone, but if they can't carry the torch, they just gonna piss down everything that I worked hard for to in the empire to change the generational curses. So we
Sure.
gotta children to understand what's needed to be able to carry the legacy. And for me, my downtime now is enjoying my family. I just got a new home. Me and Pinky just bought a new home with a swimming pool. So I'm able to now go in my backyard and get a couple, dives in. And it's gonna be fun, having my kids in the pool. This new life that I have right now is just a blessing. All the hard work that I have put in, it's just not a money thing, it's a level thing. I can literally look at my life year to year and see that I went to levels, different levels. I'm in different rooms
Sure.
now. I'm talking on different stages. So, I enjoy, and then the one thing I mostly enjoy, a lot of is fishing. I got a little lake behind my house. I go and catch, some bass here and there. My father really put fishing into me, as a child, and I always, just love that sport. And right now, I don't use it to eat them. I just like to just catch them, throw them back, try to catch the biggest one, talk to my buddies, kick it, just a good vibe.
The last question I got for you has nothing to do with your success or all these busy ventures we're talking about. It's about you and Atlanta. Now, Atlanta is kind of the entertainment capital of the world that most people don't realize it is because of all the movies and TV shows that are being made there, all the artists and music that are changing the world that are from there, etc. What's the last concert that you went to?
The last concert that I went to, I think Pinky took me on. It was on my birthday. I know it was in the Hawk Stadium. I would think that, you know what? It wasn't even the last concert I went to wasn't even a concert. It was actually an 85 South show with DC Young Fly, Carlos, and yeah, it was just two of them on that one. And I think Mike Epps was like headlining it. It was a really dope and amazing to see that because like you can see things on Instagram, like you work every day, you see people post the videos, and you actually see people leveling up to bigger stages in their career. And for me, when I moved to Atlanta, I had a lot of people, to influence that, to see people, that look just like me and to go to high places. And for me, all I need to do is see it. Once I see it, I believe it. And once I believe it, I'm going to achieve it because I'm not going to quit. And that's what Atlanta has a lot of. It has a lot of opportunity. It has a lot of willpower if you don't give up. And now I'm about to show the world what it looks like, what not giving up looks like, because I took something that was just a restaurant, well, not even a restaurant, just a mom and pop shop. And now it's bigger than food. Like when you look at Big Dave's brand, it's just not about cheesesteaks, egg rolls, and fries and water ice. They talking about Derrick Hayes giving $20,000 to Atlanta Public School, to help out their core so the kids have a safe place to go to. Or they
Yeah.
talking about when the pandemic hit, I fed over 40 hospitals every single day, walking in there in the emergency departments, going into the ICUs, not caring what I'm gonna get because I'm looking at the healthcare providers as who gonna stand for them, or me partner up with Pinky, providing, Rashad Brooks, God rest his soul, when he lost his life, a brand new vehicle, $600,000 in scholarship money with Pinky partner up with CAU, and then we was able to provide life insurance for his family. So when you're looking at when you say restaurant, when you say food, this is much bigger than all of that because we're saving people lives. We're showing people that if you pour into us, we're gonna pour into you in a whole nother way. And I can't wait, and I'm excited to see what God has for me for the rest of my journey because I'm fired up and I just can't wait to keep opening more locations, giving giving people more jobs, man. That's what's so important. Like when you come into these communities and you're able to hire 30, 40 people that may not know what they want to do with their life, and you giving them another opportunity at a career. I got people that actually started with me who was making $300 every 2 weeks who are actually in my corporate now making 70, 80K that bought homes, cars. that is what's changing, you know, people's lives, seeing the real American dream through this Big Dave's brand.
I can't top that answer. So, Derrick, now I know which restaurant I'm going to first next time I'm in Georgia. I'm going to Big Mike's. But in the meantime, keep up all the greatness and really thank you for all that you do.
All right, thank you.
Paltrocast.